Why Russia never went back to planet Venus. In the 1960s, while the entire world was focused on America's Apollo missions to the moon, something far more terrifying was unfolding on our neighboring planet, Venus. The Soviet Union, what we now call Russia, had planned a mission so dangerous that scientists later described it as a suicide mission. After spending billions of dollars and years of effort, Soviet engineers built a probe designed to do something no machine had ever done before: land on another planet and send back photographs. But when these probes reached Venus, they encountered a nightmare so extreme that it shocked even the scientists who built them. Today, we will uncover the story of those Russian missions to Venus. Missions that revealed the planet's horrifying secrets, how a tiny camera lens cover destroyed years of work, and why, even with today's advanced technology, Russia has never returned to Venus. Welcome once again to Global Mystery Nexus. In the 1960s and 1970s, the Cold War was at its peak. America and the Soviet Union were locked in a brutal competition to dominate space. America placed all its focus on the moon. President John F. Kennedy promised that before the end of the 1960s, an American would walk on the lunar surface. The Soviets realized that America might actually succeed. So they made a bold decision. If America was going to the moon, Russia would go somewhere far worse. They chose Venus. At that time, scientists believed Venus and Earth were almost twins. They were similar in size and located at nearly the same distance from the Sun. The only obvious difference was that Venus was completely covered in thick clouds. No one knew what was hiding beneath them. Some believed Venus could have oceans. Others imagined forests or even alien life. If Russia could uncover what lay beneath those clouds, it would be a greater achievement than landing on the moon itself. With this goal, the Soviet Union planned not one or two, but 18 missions to Venus. These missions were named Venera, the Russian word for Venus. Scientists knew one thing for sure: Venus had an atmosphere. But no one knew how dense or deadly it really was. The Venera probes were built to withstand extreme pressure. And during the space race, Russia followed one strict rule: failures were never announced. On February 4, 1961, Russia launched its first probe toward Venus. It failed to escape Earth's orbit. The public was told it was only a heavy satellite. Next came Venera 1, the first probe ever sent toward another planet. After just 7 days, contact was lost. It passed Venus silently and still drifts around the Sun today. Venera 2 met the same fate. Throughout the 1960s, Russia launched several failed missions. Some were so unsuccessful they were never even named. Space historians now call them ghost missions. In 1966, Venera 3 became the first human-made object to reach another planet's surface. It crashed into Venus and sent no data, but history was made. Venera 4 followed in 1967 and confirmed something shocking. Venus's atmosphere was mostly carbon dioxide, but the probe was crushed like a soda can under extreme pressure. Realizing how deadly Venus truly was, Russia changed its strategy. Venera 5 and 6 were sent only to study the atmosphere. Both survived less than an hour. Then came Venera 7, built like a tank. Its parachute failed, and it slammed into the surface upside down. Yet it still transmitted data for 23 minutes. For the first time in history, signals came directly from another planet's surface. The temperature recorded was 465 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. Later missions revealed wind speeds of 360 kilometers per hour, stronger than Earth's most violent hurricanes. Venera 8 confirmed that sunlight actually reaches Venus's surface. It survived for 1 full hour. A miracle on a planet like this. Venera 9 through 12 carried cameras, but most failed because their lens covers refused to open. Finally, on October 2, 1975, Venera 9 sent the first image from another planet. What it showed was a rocky, lifeless, hellish world. Venera 13 and 14 marked the golden era. They recorded sound, wind and thunder from Venus. They sent back the first color images of its orange sky. But Venera 14 made a legendary mistake. Its soil testing arm analyzed not the ground, but its own fallen camera lens cover. Millions of dollars wasted by a tiny cap. Venera 15 and 16 later orbited Venus and mapped its surface using radar. They revealed massive mountains and deep surface cracks. Thanks to these missions, humanity finally understood the truth. Venus was not Earth's twin. It was Earth's nightmare. Many scientists still call Venus the Soviet planet. One final question for you. If Venus's clouds are made of sulfuric acid, why doesn't acid rain ever reach the surface? Tell us in the comments. This was Global Mystery Nexus. See you in the next video.